Having been successful with 2 national championships, to be audacious enough to think about a third, it's going out there. We knew that we'd only graduated out a couple of seniors who'd done great with the program, and in college sometimes you lose in bigger classes. We've had some wonderful journeys in the past here, and for the returning guys, they know what it's taken. They know how hard they've had to work to do all of those things. For you new guys, you might not know just yet.
We knew we had an opportunity to be an even better team in the next year, so we hit the ground running.
I mean, it's always a competition. No spots are guaranteed for anyone. None of the starters this year that were starters last year had guaranteed spots. That's just not how this team works.
The way we set the goals in the program, it's not to win a national championship. That's the awesome outcome if everything goes well. But it's for each player to be the best version of themselves that they can be, and for the team to be the best version of itself that it can be.
It had that sort of flow to it, and everything was just really fun, and everything was really exciting. We knew that we could do something special, so we wanted to make sure we took the time and put in the appropriate amount of effort to make sure that we were prepared to do so.
In the moment, you never say like it's championship or bust. But I know for a lot of us seniors, we would have been extremely disappointed with anything except winning it again. That mentality is what allows you to keep pushing forward.
It was great and exciting for the guys that we'd gone through the whole year talking about wanting to score more goals, wanting to really assert ourselves on the game. And so to have that type of performance in the first game was really exciting for everybody involved.
Yeah, that game was huge, I think, because there's always a little bit of jitters at the beginning of the season. And so to get sort of that weight off your shoulders and just have a great start to the year, which we hadn't had since I've been here, I think got us rolling on the right foot really well, so that was really important. And it was good to see guys like Foster get a couple of goals and just have everyone sort of playing the roles that they wanted to play, and it ended up sort of being a nice little snapshot of what the rest of the season was going to be like.
We knew that we didn't play our best soccer during those games. Even the San Jose State game, we didn't play our best, but we still won 4-0.
We've lost every opening game since I've been here, so to begin a season scoring 4 goals against San Jose State, then coming back and having a really big game against Creighton.
It was good to win those games, get the results, and it was also great to see our potential and realize that how good we could be is something that we're not even close to right now.
On his foot, keeping it in bounds. Beautiful. And finding a man and getting it in for the score. Look out. Baird chips it off of one and into the net.
It was sort of an affirmation of all of our thoughts before the season that we could be a really, really good soccer team. We really thought that we could take it to another level. We thought we could possess more on teams. We thought we could really be a team with a special kind of ability to put the ball in the back of the net. And that's always exciting. That'll always get the players chomping at the bit, ready to go.
We had some tremendous performances in the early part of the year, and the game was getting played on our terms. We were playing against good teams, but those teams were really struggling to deal with the tempo that we played at, and they were really struggling to get themselves into games. If you're struggling, you've got challenges with confidence. If you're playing well and you're flying, then you've got challenges with complacency. And I think within the college season, because it comes so quick and so fast, you don't get that much time to get excited about the next opponent. Now, if you've had a jolt in the arm where you've had a bad performance, I think you refocus quite quickly.
The first one was against Tulsa at home. That was a rough one to give up. Again, we just didn't come out with the right attitude. We weren't working as hard as we could have, I'd say.
No one person was to blame for it, but I think that's always kind of important for us to go through that as a team because we end up bouncing back from it really, really well.
For me, the biggest thing is we score a lot of early goals. And that's huge for us because it settles the game down. It allows us to control the tempo. It puts the other team on the back foot, and we end up just being able to be the aggressors for a full 90 minutes.
You want to score goals in open play, you want to score on set pieces as well, and when you have somebody who's remarkable like Tomas, you certainly make the most of those moments. They were flying, they were confident, they were really enjoying their soccer, and as a result, everybody else in the team were joining in and going wave after wave with attacks.
God made it very clear that if we didn't win our conference, at that point, us getting into the tournament wasn't a given.
After the St. Louis game, yeah, we went back to the hotel and Gunn basically just said, like, okay, now it's your guys' turn to talk. Like, this is your season. What do you guys want to do? I'm like disappointed in myself, disappointed in us, because I know that we have so much more potential and we can be so much better.
In the moment, it feels like you've just ruined your season when you lose games like that. Looking back, it's easy to say, well, it's soccer. It's, there's a reason people don't go undefeated. It's just the nature of it. But in the moment, it feels horrible, and you feel like you've failed your teammates, the program, the coaches, that kind of thing.
Yeah, we just absolutely went after San Diego State and put 5 away. That was awesome. Corey played extremely well. Amir, Foster, all those guys, they came out on fire. So it was awesome to start conference with that win.
We really just took every game as an opportunity to show how good we could be and show the committee, show the rest of the country, put them all on notice. Stanford men's soccer is a team that you're definitely going to have to look out for this season.
This year, though, the team were flying and they were hungry and they were playing incredible soccer, and it showed by the defensive performances, but yet again it showed by the ruthless attacking performances where we were scoring goal after goal against unbelievably great teams in an incredibly tough conference.
I don't know if I've ever realized that we were going to go undefeated. I kind of just took every game one at a time.
Everybody helping each other, working hard for each other, encouraging for each other. Next play, next play, next play. We'll get out there, you'll have a couple of minutes to wander around. After we finish the warm-up, we'll just go into the tent there and you can put your jerseys on, and we're ready to do battle, boys. Ready to go? Yeah!
All right, this is a cup final. That's how we want to approach every game.
One of the larger transitions or challenges this program as a whole has sort of had to adjust to in having so much success is that everyone you play, everywhere you go, it's going to be their national championship.
And it's into the back of the net! Skundrich with the long distance header.
We were on fire, there's no question about that.
It's just that everyone's bought into defending together, and so you're not going to have a lazy winger or lazy striker that decides to not press one time.
The other teams are so good and the quality is so high in the Pac-12. And I think that's why we're so successful, is because we attacked every game like it was an absolute must-win.
Trying to finish, gets it past and scores! Basti! The fantasista! Amir Basti! 3-0 Stanford.
People like Drew and the other seniors, they'd been part of the program, they'd seen the successes, the failures, they'd seen everything.
Into the middle, headed out of there.
It's not going to happen just because our past success is in no way going to help us. If anything, it hurts us because teams are going to give us their absolute best shot every time. And so we kind of went in to the next game knowing that it was do or die every single game.
Here's an opportunity for the Cardinal. Hilliard Arce, they score!
Everyone's putting in the work, and so it makes everyone else's jobs easier when one guy's willing to make an extra 10-yard run to put pressure on the ball or make that extra tackle.
Finally, after knocking on the door all day, the Cardinal break through. Tomas Hilliard Arce.
Halfway through the conference, we're going into UW, and we know if we lose, they're 3 points behind us again, and instead we get a huge result that essentially takes us away from them and kind of makes it a race between us and a couple of the other teams.
And the charge by the Cardinal, and they'll end up reclaiming the lead quickly. Stanford with another beautiful play.
And that's a very satisfying feeling, but again, we know that if we draw points, the other teams are right back in it.
Ready to go? Yeah. I want to hit more in the warm-up, guys. Come on.
I really didn't care who we were playing. I didn't care where we were going. For me, I was just focusing on the next game and who we got to play. And for me, also personally, I love road games.
We just started that game flying, kind of battered them down a little bit.
Good spot. Aimed for the penalty spot. The back post shot to score. Well, you knew who it was going to be. There he is.
Foster was impatient for results today and impatient for results tomorrow and impatient about everything, and that was just his personality. And you know, we look at someone like him that sets such an incredible example that if you push yourself constantly, you really stretch your limit.
Again, second over and score!
Even towards the end of the Pac-12 play against UCLA, we knew that was our chance to win it at home.
Werner on a running and scores! Sam Werner. There. Feed to the head. Pancho scores! Another chance here, off the post, it is!
My parents were actually here for that game. They tried to make it up to the home games. So we were able to lift the trophy in front of our parents.
The Cardinal, champions of Pac-12 once more.
We just went out with the mentality that these games are gonna get us a higher seed in the tournament.
I mean, it's nice because you can sharpen the tools a little bit during that time. It's also sort of like a high-risk scenario for us because it's like a lose-lose in those games because we've already clinched the title. So you technically don't have anything to play for, but obviously we have everything to play for because we want to be getting ready for the tournament and still playing our best soccer.
Physically, you're in better shape by having the extra rest. Prep-wise, you're in better shape because you get to prepare for one of two teams a little bit longer. But sometimes mentally it's a pitfall, and sometimes mentally people just think you've got the home field advantage, you've got everything in your favor.
Let's force it to 12, see if this guy can play.
Pacific were a good team. They could pass the ball really well. They moved it well, made us defend. We had our chances, they had their chances.
It was a very, very difficult game. I don't think we played our best soccer in the game. I think Pacific played an excellent game, and to be fair, on the night, that was probably one of the more difficult performances we had in the entire season.
It was a very tough game for us. It was a good game of soccer, good chances on both sides. I think we had the better chances, but they also still had good chances to win it, and anything can happen. If they deflect differently, they can trickle in, and that's our season, that's it, that's our careers.
Winner, it's Coastal Carolina next weekend. First PK. Poncho buries it.
I thought I would think about the previous PKs and the heroics from certain players and that kind of stuff, but in the moment you're not thinking of anything. It's just survival. I was just thinking to myself, you cannot let this end this way.
Through 1.5 rounds. Osharafa just slides it in politely. Right. And a save for Nico Party!
I think Nico's success this year wasn't a surprise to any person that's been in our locker room for the last few years, because he's been doing that in training as long as I've been here.
And the Tigers need to be perfect from here on out. Big shot from Blackwood. Stanford moves on! 4-1 in PKs. Takes off the shirt, celebrates with his teammate, and the Cardinal advance.
If we were just a beautiful soccer playing team without the steel, then a team with that size and strength can cause you great, great problems. But we had the rock solid strength down the spine, we had the rock solid strength at the back. And then being able to break down a team that kind of man marks you in a lot of positions and really tries to slow the game down.
Foster Langsdorff, Timbers youth product. Wide, Marion, 1v1. Bryce Marion's taken down in the box, and it's a penalty. Deposited into the net, 1-0 Stanford.
Confident strike there from Tanner Beeson.
Into space. Here's Langsdorff. Foster Langsdorff, one final time at Kagan Stadium. Stanford is going to the quarterfinals again.
That was fun. I love big crowds. I love raucous environments.
But we just like being in an environment where people want to make it tough on us. I think Gun's done that plenty of times to us in training, and so it's just something that we all embrace as a unit, to go into somewhere that's everyone's against us and pull out a win.
This is dangerous if you're Wake. Inside the 18, a chip over off the crossbar. Deflected, still in trouble's way. If you're Wake Forest, somehow the crossbar was able to keep this a 0-0 game.
We knew exactly the blueprint and how we wanted to attack a team like that, so we just went out and tried to execute that.
And Wake's obviously one that has a ton of people there. They're all heckling you right on top of they're like right on top of you in the stadium.
Jared Gilby will take the corner. Early, and here's a shot and a goal, a header. This is Tomas Hilliard-Arce.
We had this sense of confidence.
Probably our most dominant performance over Wake Forest, at least since I've been here.
This play is going on, and he's kind of jogging back in, and you've got Baird wide open on the back post.
And dangerous, and another goal for Stanford.
You can see everyone sort of feels it in their eyes, like this is one where we're just going to be on top of people because everyone's so hungry to get this win. And it was, again, like the confidence was just tangible. So that was one of those ones where people were just kind of exuding this will to win and to put it all on the line.
We played against a very, very good Akron team. Coach Embeck does a great job coaching, phenomenal soccer players. In that moment, the team defended superbly and attacked just surgically, really. And you look at the one goal, the diving header that Foster scored, it pretty much showed just some beautiful parts of the game that we've worked at here.
Here comes Stanford, Corey Baird to the back post, a diving header. Spectacular goal from Langsdorff. The Cardinal hit first here in Chester.
I just, stepped to him. He just passed the ball. I blocked it, and then Corey picked it up, beat his guy, crossed it, and then Foster came out of nowhere with the flying header and put it away. Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it's emblematic of a few things. That Drew pressing really well, winning balls, and us flying forward. He does that all year, and that's something we talked about before that game. Is these guys want to play around the back. We need to just press. We're going to win one, nick it, and score.
He has a shooting opportunity. It's pushed aside, empty net. Saved again. Unbelievable from Nico Cordy.
That was insane. I remember just being so fired up after he did that, and that gave everyone a little bit of a boost.
Skundrich just gliding through midfield here. It's picked up here and whipped in. Oh, what a hit. It's a huge hit. It's a huge goal. It comes from Sam Werner.
Get after them from the get-go, boys, okay? We'll have a minute to talk out on the
I noticed that they were undefeated going into the national championship. Obviously, they had like 5 goals against, I think it was.
We knew they had a great defensive record. We knew they got good numbers behind the ball and really defended hard as a team. So we knew it was just going to take some effort.
On the balance of a game that was very tight with 2 phenomenal teams in a cup final, it was always going to be a really tight affair.
I did consider the possibility of PKs, but at that point, I just really wanted to score the next goal. I mean, at that point in the game, there were chances still to be had, and I knew that we would get at least one more.
I don't remember any clear decision being made. I just kind of jumped at the guy and nicked it, and then popped up in front of me. And I'd been telling myself in the second half I had a chance where I think took too many touches and got my shot blocked. And so I'd been telling myself the rest of the game, if I get any look in front of goal, I'm just going to smack it because who knows what's going to happen.
As soon as the final whistle blew and the season was over and your career as a Stanford soccer player is over, I think the the whole experience hit me all at once, all the ups and downs at once, and so I was just overwhelmed with emotion.
Celebration was obviously super fun. I was ecstatic, as everyone else was. People started walking back, and we started giving each other hugs, and I realized, wow, that was the last time that I'm ever going to play with these guys. Last time I'm ever going to put on the Stanford uniform. And I started getting emotional along with a lot of the other seniors. One thing that we do in this program is break barriers, set the standard even higher, so I'm excited for the future with what this program goes and does.
We have plenty of horses in the stable.
I just hope that as they move on from Stanford, they'll always think in that pronoun test, as they'll always think of we rather than they, and that they know that they're always a part of our hearts, and we hope that we'll always remain in those great relationships as they move on through life.
Just wanted to say thank you for everyone for the entire season, not only today, but just supporting us throughout our journey. Hopefully this is the third of many more trophies that Stanford men's soccer will be winning. Thank you again.